Okay, so this should be quite quick. This first bit is just, seriously, I'm going to stab you with it. Of course I would do that. Right, angles and lines. So this should be quite quick because it's just talking about, no, seriously, Kaya. Right, so how would we describe these lines here, these two lines? Who knows the words that describes them? Good girl, they're parallel.
I didn't hear you.
Okay, so these two lines are parallel. Now that means that these lines never touch. No, actually I don't want to use that description. Okay, so they are always the same distance apart. Okay, so that's what parallel lines are. They're always the same distance apart. Okay, now it happens that they won't ever touch each other because they always stay the same distance apart. But that's what we would like to have as your description. So they're always the same distance apart. Often, now these have got the arrows on the end. Often we show that they might have arrows in the middle. It doesn't matter which way they're pointing. Sometimes they may have a double arrow. So any kind of parallel lines normally have arrows to show that they are parallel. Now this one's a bit trickier. How would I describe these two lines? Does anyone know the word that describes these two?
Perpendicular.
Awesome, good girl. Perpendicular. So these are perpendicular lines, and they meet at 90 degrees. Okay, so perpendicular lines meet at 90 degrees. And we should recognize perpendicular because remember, to find the area of a triangle, it's base times perpendicular height. Okay, so we know that we have to have two measurements that meet at 90 degrees to find the area of a triangle. So this is just terminology to get us recognizing what we're doing.
Is this kind of like triangle?
It doesn't have to be a right angle triangle, because if you have a triangle that looks like this, you would need to know this measurement and this height. Yeah? So that's the important thing with triangles.
And then divided by 2.
Exactly. Now, do we know how we describe? There's 3 words that describe the type of angle all matters detriment. What's this first one called? Good girl. Acute. I always remember it because it's cute. It's little. Yeah.
I'm kind of the last one.
Sure.
Reflex.
Good. The last one is a reflex.
It's a dog.
Okay. And the middle one. What's the middle one?
Obtuse.
Good girl. So acute is less than 90 degrees.
Can we do the side way?
This one.
Which way?
Okay. Less than 90. Yeah. Obtuse is
Acute is the baby.
between
Reflex is the
90 and 180, and this is more than 180. Okay? And obviously, if it's exactly 90, it would be a right angle. We know that. And if it's a straight line, if it is 180, it's a straight line. Okay? So there are your 3 different types of angles. Now, sometimes people get confused if it says name this angle. People think we're meaning acute, obtuse, reflex, but that's not. Okay, that's describing the type of the angle that it is. So is it an acute, obtuse, or reflex angle?
What do you ask
The type? No, so you would just say, identify what type of angle it is. Okay, so you might say this is the acute one. Or equally, if, for example, we have this here, and I say measure the angle. Well, actually, I've got 2 angles here, haven't I? Yes? So I might say measure the acute angle, or measure the reflex angle. Okay? So you need to recognize terminology like that just in case. Now, if we were going to do that, then yes. Oh, actually, we might need a protractor in a minute, but let's just make sure we've got this. Now, all right, just calm down. Naming angles. So, if we were to name an angle, generally what's going to happen is that your points, or the ends of the lines, have letters on them. Okay? So if I wanted to get someone to measure this particular angle, I'm standing here You're all sitting there. I need you all to measure that particular angle. I need to somehow tell you which angle that is. Do we know how I would do that?
Would it be BD?
BD would just be from here to here.
Would it be
This is an acute angle, but I need specifically to tell you this particular angle.
Measure the BAC acute angle?
Okay, you've got the right idea, but not quite the right order. What happens when we're labeling is that we would start with a point away from it. So we would call this red angle A, B, C. So this particular angle here would be angle A, B, C. Okay? Now, you may often see a hat above the B, because that's clarifying and making it clear that the angle that you're measuring is where it has the B part. Okay? So that would be the angle BABC. You could also say CBA. Okay? Now, an alternate, and I'm going to do it differently for purpose, is that sometimes there's like a little L in front. That also means angle. So both of these two terminology is getting you to recognize that that's the angle I want you to measure. Okay?
Oh, is that 40?
I have no idea what it is. We're not going to do measuring just yet.
Ah.
I just want you to be able to name them. Okay? So, who can tell me what I could call the green angle? One option of the green angle. Yeah? Pardon? Say again, I did. Thank you. They all sounded very similar. Okay, and I'm going to put my hat on that one. No, and that's why I said here, ABC is the same as CBA, as long as the middle letter is correct and the two end ones are on either side, it doesn't matter. Okay, so that would be my green one.
And that one always has to be the one.
Correct, that's where the point is, the vertex. Okay? What about, I want this one, this blue one here. Okay, who wants to help me out with the blue one? And square?
So maybe it is A, B, C.
Where's an E?
No, she said B, C.
Oh, so A?
B, B, C, B, C.
No.
D, B, A, C.
So remember for the red one, I had to
C. A, C, D. That sounds all the same. A,
see.
D,
Now, how many letters do I have here? How many letters do I have here? Why do you think why are you telling me 4?
Yes.
You don't have to use all of them. Which ones? Which 3 letters do I want? Girls. A, C, D. Good. You have lots of assistance from the
Why do you
sideline.
put that arrow?
Okay, so these are just 2 different ways of telling because it's like an angle. So it's a bit like an L. You can do that if you want. Angle ACD. You would prefer, if you want to put a hat on it, put a hat on it. Okay, if you like the hat version, you can put the hat version. Okay? Oh, wait, do we all understand that?
Yes.
Yes, so 3 letters. The middle letter is where the vertex of the angle is. And so it can be wider, it can be thinner. Just 3 letters. Yeah? Good. Oh, measuring angles. So we do these protractors, don't we?
I stabbed myself with that thing at first.
It's a protractor.
I left my favorite.
Alright, okay, so here's my protractor. Okay? Now, I always like to call this part here the target. Okay, so this is the target. All protractors will have something in the middle. Yeah? To show where the center of the protractor is. Now, this here is the angle I'm trying to measure. Remember I called this point the vertex? So what you need to do is you need to move your protractor so that your protractor sits where your target just touches the vertex.
Oh, let's do the choice.
Okay?
That's an awesome, that's a whole so it doesn't like
Okay? So you're placing it just there on the vertex. Now, do not put it roughly there. Do not put it roughly there. Put it as accurately as, you put it on it. You put it actually on it. Okay? Now, the next thing is you need to line up the arm of it. So my arm is here. I need to make sure that my protractor lays accurately along there. Now again, how am I going to do this? Don't. How's that? No.
I love it.
Anyway, yeah, I'm videoing, so you're going to be laughing at this if you afford to. Alright, so I've made sure it's level with my line, yes? Now what I need to do is measure my angle. It's 40. Hang on. So you need to shuffle it so it's both on the target and straight along the line.
It's not exactly the 40 though. Yeah, it is. But it depends on the line's thick.
Alright, so yeah, these ones are pretty because the lines are quite thick. But now, and when it comes to measure, if you're asked to measure an angle in any exam, there will be a slight leeway. So it will be a degree or two away from the one that they think it is. Okay? But that doesn't give you license, as I say, just to chuck it on and give it a rough estimate. Hang on. Now, the issue here is that I can see that this line goes here, but I've got two numbers. So you have to think sensibly here. Now, remember how I always say to you, I get frustrated and annoyed when you give me a daft answer. It's not when you give me a wrong answer, it's when you give me a daft one. Now, we just talked about these kinds of angles. Firstly, it's an acute angle, yes? So it has to be less than 90. So looking at my scale, mine is, I'm not going to look at the outside scale, okay? So I need to be looking at this one. Now, actually mine, maybe mine's not as accurate as yours, but I think mine is more 39 degrees. Now, if you are on 40, that's fine, you can put 40. But if it's on 39, don't round it to 40 because that's a nice enough. Okay? Pardon? I'll come and help you in a second, Max. Okay? So, hang on a second, once again. Now, firstly, we know sensibly it's not going to be 140. Okay? But equally, I can see that my starting point is down here, and so my 0 is on the inside scale. So when you're choosing if you're looking at your inside or outside, you just have to see where have you started measuring and where is that 0. Okay? If the 0 was outside here, then you'd be looking at your outside scale. Yeah?
Oh, if
right.
It goes with the other way, so like, yeah, if it's the other way.
Yes, exactly. Yeah? Right, so that's the first one. You're going to have a go at measuring the next couple.
Oh, if it's a reflex.
Now, when it comes to reflex, I'll come and help you again. So measure the second one for me. Okay, no, I don't need houses yet. I'm just going to check on Madison. Measure the second one, write it down, and then you can be so proud of yourself when you get it. Alright, okay. Hello?
Another one?
Okay, what if you'll find the middle one was?
I didn't. Oh.
50. Okay. Right, Kai, you initially said 50. Were you looking at the right scale?
No, I was looking at the top.
No, you're not. So, the top one you found 50.
No, like, no, not the top, like the top one of one on the protractor.
So again, so that would be one of those ones that's like, oh yeah, that's a daft answer. Exactly. So sometimes you've got to really think, what am I writing down? Is it sensible? Okay? Because if it's not sensible, then you're likely to have an accident. You might have an accident. You're likely to trip down the stairs. Exactly. So, that angle, what did we say what it was? 150?
I got
133.
I got 130.
130-ish. Okay, somewhere around there. Now, reflex angles. Now, your reflex angles, you've got a couple of ways of doing it. Now, I'm going to show you my preferred way, and then I will talk about the other way. So, firstly, we're trying to measure this big bit here, okay? Our protractor's not going to be able to do that. Our protractor is able to measure this bit here, yes? If we were to measure the green part, what do we know about the red and the green part in total?
360.
They make 360, yes, because a full circle is 360. So we can actually measure the red part by doing 360. No, not multiplying by 2. No, divide by 2 even.
Fine. Take away the green.
We just do the 360, take away the green angle. Okay? Always 360 because a full circle is 360. Okay, now the other way is way Abby did it. And what did you do, Abby?
I kept drawing the lines where it came out. So, like that line, I drew it all the way out and drew it straight, like that, approximately. And then I measured both angles and
So we know that this angle
I
here
knew
is...
that was 180. So then I added it. I measured the other one and added them together.
So now the only issue on the reason I don't encourage you to use this method is mainly because sometimes people don't draw their lines very straight, okay? And so I would prefer that you avoided that method. Even if you use a ruler, people don't always, it's not quite accurate. So this one is always going to be much better because you're just measuring one, but you just have to remember to take away from 360. Exactly, you're going to measure, and then you're adding it in. Yeah. Okay, so, so measure that one for me and then tell me what
I know what it is.
Hello?
Pencil.
Oh, oops. It's fine, Sarah. I used to
Alright,
okay.
I did it the other way and I got.
So, now I want to make sure you can draw an angle, okay? Now, drawing an angle, generally you're going to start off with a line portion, or if you're given one, or you draw one, okay? So I've drawn this line portion for you. Now, you can draw your angle looking like this, or you can draw your angle looking like this. It doesn't matter which one, okay? Now, how you draw it, or which way you're going to draw it, depends on which side you put your protractor. So your protractor, just going to get back out, sits again on the end of the line. So either this end or this end. It doesn't matter which one, okay? You're then going to again decide which scale are you looking at. So are you looking at the inside scale or the outside scale? You decide that by seeing where it starts at 0. If you're drawing a 40-degree angle, you find 40 and you draw a little mark, okay? That's a stupid mark because it's not straight, but we know that the board is straight. So we place the protractor on, you look at which scale you're looking at, so starting at 0 from the line, read up to see where it says 40, and you just put a little dash, a little pencil mark next to that value, okay, and then you remove your protractor, and you're going to draw from here to that mark with a ruler.
Is that it?
Okay, and then you show that that's the angle you're interested in. How cinchy was that? Yes? Perfect.
Cinchy? You have to write A, B, C.
No, you don't. Actually, do you know what? We're going to. Yes.
Yes.
So you could choose if this is A, this is B, this is C, or this is A, this is B, this is E. B has to be in the middle. Good option. Really?
Oh.
Okay?
40.
Alright, now you're going to do the 120. Now, for the drawing the reflex angle, you're going to do something similar we just did. We can't draw an angle of 300 degrees, but we can draw the baby part. And so what we're going to do is we're going to say 360 take away 300 is 60. So we're going to draw an angle of 60 degrees. Okay, and then we are going to show that this is the angle of 300. Right, can you get that done before we come back make nice and big.
And then you have to do the outside. Oh, it's time to go?
Yeah.
We read the